You ready for a recording?
I guess it's Monday.
I can hear your needles.
That's because they're
from the other
big
side of the shop.
needles.
All right, let's jog and run the big needles. Yay! they go
They're
like
huge.
this with them. Hello, and welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Yay! I was gonna change my shawl because I've been wearing this a lot lately, and then I didn't. I forgot. So you get to see my bear chasing. It's not that my hair is in a bun. You wouldn't think it would get stuck on this. There's not that much there to get stuck on because I've got it all wrapped up because there's so much of it. Okay, I'm squirreling for a minute. Nobody out there is shocked by this.
Not a thing.
I was able to do braids down to here last night.
Oh,
Like real braids. Like usually when my hair is long-ish, I can't do braids because there's layers and things and it never looks good. And I did good old like Little House on the Prairie braids that actually look decent. My hair did not look decent anyway, but that last night. Anyway, hi, how are y'all doing out there in YouTube land? I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in hopefully clearing out of the pea soup I drove in through Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
Yes.
Yes, it's going to clear and it's going to get to like 81.
She's my weather person.
We're going to 81. I know.
What the?
Last week in the cold and then this week.
I've been like my toes are getting tingly in the downstairs of my house because the heat finally is working now upstairs, but not downstairs. And I was thinking that I was a little hot last night.
Yeah, it's because it was in the
in my downstairs
upper 50s last night. I know.
My downstairs wasn't freezing. I think I might have put a sweatshirt on, but it wasn't freezing when I went downstairs. My cat is still wanting to spend all of his hours upstairs though. He's a heat snob. So, yeah, he does not hang out with me downstairs while I work, or if he does, he comes down and complains and leaves. So,
So not a thing with Avi. What?
Snobby Avi, what? Yes, if you all come to knit night, you can see my snobby Avi cat and see if he's going to attack me. Although if I stay downstairs and it's chilly, but it won't be. I was going to say, if I stay downstairs and it's chilly, you won't see him because he'll be like, poo on you. I'm going to be upstairs in my little basket, cardboard box thing up there. But if it's getting hot today, he will be there. He will be there. And by the way, jumping around everything, that's from 7 to 9 tonight. Last week was our first virtual knit night. What do you think I was talking about?
Avi. Avi is going to be
Avi's
upstairs, downstairs, inside, outside, upside down.
7 to 9 tonight on Zoom with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
She's getting good at that. Do I say that all the time? Maybe she already was good at that. She is good at that now. There's no getting. You've been doing that for how long now? Oh my gosh. Anyway. So last week was our first week of doing sit and stitch twice a week for only 2 hours instead of 3. And I think it went very well. And we're going to continue that. And maybe I'll get enough sleep. I'm going to cook again tonight. Because the order of cooking and leftovers, I get HelloFresh, I make a meal, and I have a day of leftovers. That means I need to cook again tonight.
I should cook again tonight, but I bought extras when we ordered from Pizza Hut last night, so we're having a reheated dinner.
Okay, and I looked over my menu this morning because usually when I make my HelloFresh, I kind of like go by the seat of my pants. People were hearing this on Friday knit night, and I read as I go and go, oh crap, I was supposed to do what? And now I have to do what? And so I looked ahead a little. I'm going to forget it all by tonight and still be going by the seat of my pants. But I looked at they have a list on their ingredient thing of like what you need, like what to get ready before you start. And it said potato masher. And I'm just like, what? Like they tell you with HelloFresh, they're like, you only need a few, they tell you only to have a few stock ingredients in your house and they'll provide the rest. You need like salt, pepper, butter, sugar, oil. Yeah, like that's it. Yeah. They don't tell you is they're going to throw fancy schmancy like
are you doing
cooking tools,
mashed potatoes?
No. That's why I was like, what? And then I read through and it's you got to mash the black beans. It's black bean tacos. And you can use a potato masher or a fork, but it's in the pan. My pan already has scratch marks from he who shall not be named on my like non-stick cooking surface. So a fork, we'll see how it goes. I was like, oh, thank goodness. Because I was just like, they'll throw in things like you need a zester and you need a potato masher and things that everybody has in their kitchen, right? I'm a very rudimentary cook. I'm just trying. I'm succeeding, but I'm just trying. So yeah, that was my morning this morning.
The plague needs to
I
get
think
over
it'll-
with so we can go to IKEA and get you
and
like
get me outfitted
all the
with
kit.
Oh boy. How was your weekend?
It was okay. I worked on a sweater.
Yeah, you worked on a sweater that you're almost done with. Let's talk about this amazing thing that you're doing the twisty behind the
Yeah. So one of the days last week it was 40 something, actually a couple of days last week it was 40 something, and
now it's gonna be 80. What the heck?
I was
Sorry.
cold
Go ahead.
and decided
You're gonna finish it just in time for 80.
I know. So I decided, I was like, I need to make something for warmth. I won't be able to wear it until the middle of winter because it's baby butts and unicorn kisses.
Yes, but it matches what you're wearing today.
It does kind of. So
it matches the under layer she's
The
wearing today. The checker gingham. What do you call that? Plaid.
plaid.
It's black and gray and white plaid though, and so is her sweater. Look at that.
So
Yes,
it
this is baby butts and unicorn kisses, and oh, that's right. You like your little crappy tops, so that's why you're already on the sleeves.
Yeah. Crappy tops are great until you get to the sleeves, and if they need to be long sleeves,
If you
they're
decide
gonna take forever.
so don't make them long sleeves.
Well, they're supposed to be like 3/4 length, but like they were still way up here.
Oh, but that's interesting because you're doing a fade, but one of the colors isn't in your torso, it's only in your sleeves.
It's because the torso stopped a whole lot longer than the sleeves are gonna stop.
Yeah, it's shorter. Were you planning on not having that last color in the torso, or did you get to that point and go, oh, I'm done?
I got to the point and went, oh, I'm done.
It's like our show with no show notes.
Lots of. Will
So,
you pull the? I know. Ooh, I got fuzzies.
That is the perfect length, and that is going to be. I think I like it with just that light color on the sleeves. How much longer do you want that sleeve to be?
I'm probably going to. I'm on the 3. Let's see. I'm like right here in the repeat. So
okay, you want the repeat to fully happen?
Yeah, I'll probably do like I did here and do the light. I'll finish this repeat and then I'll start the repeat with the light gray, and I'm gonna mix in the black at the very
that's gonna
bottom.
be nice.
And I'll probably do like I did here where I just mix it into the ribbing.
Mm-hmm. So the striping of that is probably your own design,
Yes.
right? But so the time she chose to change colors and fade is her own like element, and a lot of this is your own element. But what is the base pattern you used?
The
It's
Kensington.
Kensington. I knew it was a K. I wanted to be like Kingdom something. Kensington. Okay.
I think so. We'll put it in the.
We'll put it in
note.
the description.
It's knit on a 19 needle. So it's designed for super bulky, and this is
a light super bulky.
Yeah, it's a half-hearted attempt at super bulky.
It's a super bulky because it's a chainette. Like chainettes are never as thick and hefty as a true weight that they are put in, because they're expected to fluff and trap air inside and all that.
Oh yeah,
kind of
this
stuff,
I'm already catching fire. So
poof. It looks really good though.
It's fun. I was like,
and I'm still slogging away on how many sweaters right now, and you started that Saturday. No, Friday.
I started it Friday.
That's splitting hairs in my opinion, because we were so busy most of those days.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of it done in the shop on Saturday, I want to say. Because okay, here's the
I got into here.
Yeah.
Right. I split the
sleeves.
Or I was just to split the sleeves Saturday evening.
Because Saturday we try to sit, like when there's not people in the shop, we try to sit and knit rather than do a whole lot of busy work at the shop. It's one of the few days, if things aren't busy, we give ourselves to not stress. But if a lot of people come up to shop, then we're busy.
It calls for a 13 to cast on the neck, and then a 15 to do the ribbing at the bottom and the
And
ribbing
like a
on the
17
cuffs.
in the middle, or
No, and then 19
19?
throughout the
Okay.
whole thing.
So you are, I didn't know if you
And
upped your needle size.
I upped my needle sizes to a 17 to cast on. And
Did you cast on with the other one and it didn't go well?
the
Or,
15 just seemed kind of tight. Like I wanted a much
and it
looser
said to
neck.
cast on a 13.
Mhm.
Mm.
I wanted a much looser neck than,
Well, again, to be a broken record, that's what I love about knitting.
Yeah,
is
you can
you
change
can
it.
modify things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then 19 through, and the pattern was written for a small, medium, or a large, extra large. I am not a large, extra large. So I added.
I would say I'm a large, extra large, right? Like for a lot of
Yeah.
things. So, and not to
I-
be like,
I just added.
it's not a
another-
competition.
Yeah, I just added 2 more stitches for the cast on per
you were,
raglan section.
you were asking me, well,
So-
can I just do this? And I was like, if you do, if you have to do math, then if you're okay with doing math, and you were,
Yeah, I knew that.
you know,
it
a
was,
multiple of 8,
Yeah.
you know, the raglan will tell you how to break it down. So you have a front, a back, and 2 sleeves.
Yep.
And that's 4 sections. And as long as you've got a multiple of 4 that you can then subdivide into those sections, in theory, it will work. You just have to keep track of your new number.
Yeah.
You know, you
write
can't
it
just,
down.
yeah, you can't just follow the
somewhere.
instructions as written, because then you're going to say, why do I have 4 extra stitches or 8 extra? You know, you've got to subdivide.
And I tried it on before I split the sleeves, because when I tried it on at the spot that I was supposed to split for the sleeves, it felt a little small.
She says she doesn't like math, but she does it a lot.
4 years of
I
working
mean,
in a
I
yarn
will
shop.
say, as someone who, when I was in high school and maybe early years of college, math was my best subject. Doesn't mean I liked it. I get it. I just like to give her a hard time about it. I get, you know, using math, but not liking it.
I think now it's like 4 years of working in, or almost 4 years of working in a yarn shop where math is an everyday thing. Just kind of
come to the dark side. We have cookies.
Do it. We don't have cookies.
We have cookies.
We have math.
We have cookies because Liz brings them. I brought her to the dark side and made her bring her own cookies.
Yes, you did. Look, Liz, you can bring cookies and we can do math.
Oh,
It's a trap.
all right. Did you do anything else this weekend? Is that all you did? I mean, this is a lot. So
I did.
Don't take me the wrong way.
finish one of those super chunky, the ones that I don't like, the big super chenille chunky.
Oh God, you finished that?
I did finish that.
Oh, thank goodness.
I did.
Oh, thank goodness. It looked painful on knit night.
So
But it's
I now
fun,
know
Liz.
from
It's supposed to be
personal
fun.
experience that
Sorry.
they bill them as, you don't need to know anything about
Fun.
knitting. You know, it's quick, it's easy.
You do it with your hands.
You just do it with your hands.
Not quite
and-
arm knitting, but it's like you pull the stitches with
Yeah.
your hands and look, poof, you have a blanket. And it's
no.
amazing.
No, it's amazing and fun if you really don't care what the final product looks like, because the chenille yarn that you get comes in a ball, but it's only like 50 inches.
And it's funny, I have to have an aside for a second, because most of the Instagram and YouTube people making these and the influencers who are promoting these care what it looks like.
Yeah, like, so it comes in a small yardage, so you
Mhm.
have to actually buy more than you think you do, and then you have to figure
Little
out
bit does
how
not
to
go a long
connect
way.
the ends. And
And guess what? You were working with chenille.
I was, yeah,
Ends don't connect in chenille, and they
No.
with big, huge, gappy stitches like that, you weaving ends in.
No. Let me back up. I was fixing a blanket for a neighbor whose granddaughter had made it, and both the neighbor and the granddaughter both decided it needed to be refixed because it didn't look even. It it's wonky. So
I have Princess Bride in my head of like, let me explain. No,
No,
there's
no.
too much.
Let me
sum
sum
up.
it just the tension was all weird,
Mhm.
and there were stitches that were twisted, and there were stitches that, like, as you're going across, she'd flipped it too early and just went back across and picked up, and it was not. And so I sat and found the tension, and my neighbor was like, yep, that's the tension. And I went back to it later,
This magical thing called tension. Yes.
and the blanket started going like this because I started pulling, too tight.
And see, this is the thing with actual knitting with tools, is the tools maintain your tension for you because they're hanging out on the needle. This, what you were doing is
You're just pulling loops,
and
through
you're
loops.
hoping that the loops stay the right size. And in the videos, they miraculously do, and it's perfect and beautiful. And that is not real life.
No. And
Especially
so
without a needle.
there was nothing to, you're looking, eyeballing it, whatever. And so I ripped it all back out. I had a ball like this big of
I saw it.
chenille yarn. And then I put it back in, and I'd cast on too many. And then, so I took it out, cast on a better number, and I'm working. And every so often I would look down along the edge and realize I've gone 3 rows and forgot to do the last, because it's stockinette. So it curls and you don't see the last stitch. And then you're like, and then, so you're still trying to play with your tension and get everything right. And
oh my gosh, anyone out there who's like, oh, you don't need to know how to knit to do this, and tries to do this will never knit because they'll be so frustrated.
It was so easy to have the stitches twist.
And see, and you know what you're looking for. I
know what I'm looking for. I know how it's supposed, but it was not as enjoyable a process as it's marketed to be. Like, it's like, hey, let's just do this. And it's like,
oh my gosh, if you weren't making that for someone else, I can see so many times along the way where we would have had a bonfire in the backyard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, like I would have come over and danced around it.
Chenille is like glorified plastic. You don't even need lighter
plastic
fluid.
It's just like, I'm not a fan of chenille. I'm sorry. We do not carry it in the shop. I have taught my niece and nephew to knit on smaller chenille, and to some extent, because it doesn't give, it actually almost works for teaching on. But we don't carry it in the shop.
Yeah,
but it doesn't give. It just it's problematic. It's very problematic.
Yeah, if you have done them and
Sainthood.
had an enjoyable process, that's awesome. But
we should put your name in for canonization.
She did a chenille finger knit.
That will be one of your miracles. I think you have to have 3. That would be one. Okay. We have to figure out 2 others, but usually you're not made a saint while you're alive. You have to be dead for like 50 years. So we got problems, but we'll see. I think Mother Teresa is one of the few ones that kind of jumped they did it early. Yeah. But she was still dead. So we could be trendsetters. I don't know. No. In the lexicon of, taking out of a religious context, in the lexicon of knitting sainthood, I think you have earned a badge.
At least a badge.
At least a Girl Scout badge. Okay, we're gonna make you a little sash and make you a little thing you can sew on.
I survived.
I survived a hand knit blanket. Like a literal hand knit, not hand knit.
Part of me, while I was doing that, like, part of me was like, okay, so if I was going to do this again, I'd really love to do it out of the roving, which takes like pounds of roving
and will instantly disintegrate. You'd have to like make it out of roving.
Felt the roving.
Okay, you're gonna felt it. So you're gonna make something like the size of this shop and felt it down.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I don't have trees enough.
I was gonna say make it out of the
roving.
pencil roving and instantly like put it in a box.
Yeah.
So nothing ever happens to it.
But I thought about, felting roving, because
make a little square and put it in a shadow box. Yay.
Because you could felt the roving, but felting dreads. and felting roving are kind of the same. Like you're gonna have to.
Oh, do you
get
want to like
it
felt
all-
it before you make the blanket?
You'd have to felt it before you made the blanket, because if you felted it
That's already
after
way
you
too much
made
work.
the blanket, death would happen.
I know. Well,
So-
the whole well, then you'd have just this blob.
Mat. Yeah.
But the whole point of these blankets supposedly is how fun and quick and easy they are.
Yeah, but they're missing steps. So I thought it,
Because they're
like,
not actually functional blankets. It's like people make these videos of look how pretty and how cool, and then they don't show you the happily ever what happens after the happily ever after.
Yeah. You kind of need to felt the roving and then make the blanket. And I have seen one successful roving blanket thing. They bought quilt batting, wool quilt batting.
That's already kind of
And-
felted.
Kind of.
Kind of.
And she cut it into a long strip and felted it in her bathtub.
She might have been in her bathrobe. We don't know.
She felted it in her bathtub and then hung it in the trees in the backyard, and it looked like party
Too
swag. And then
much
she made it, and it succeeded.
Work. And this is coming from someone who's taken months and months to do a sweater. Too much work.
Yeah, it was a brief thought, and then it was like, you know,
Mm-mm.
no, it's gone. It was a brief thought.
Okay. Let's talk about what I did this week
What
too.
did you do this weekend?
Because I'm the one who started this late because I had too many things to do. Because we had a sale this weekend, which meant that we have things to pack up and ship, and then I had to answer some emails because we got a new yarn in this week, which we will talk about tomorrow. And I'm answering questions on that, and we're one of only 2 stockists currently in the US. I'm sure there will be many more soon, so we won't have that claim to fame. We're one of the earliest stockists in the US. Woo! Of this thing called by Fiber Spaces Distributing, called Lily Kate Makes, who's a wonderful designer, Axis. And we'll talk about tomorrow more. I'm gonna just show off one thing I'm working on today, but since we're one of the few people in the US, it's like, ooh, we have questions. People have questions. I'm gonna get to that last though, if there's even time. There should be time. So what did I do this weekend? I want to circle back to all the wildlife I saw this weekend. But
You
first,
saw
I'm
a
gonna,
lot of wildlife.
I did. It's crazy. It's because I live in the middle of the woods. It happens. But I've made it further on this, and shout out to Donna. She commented, and I commented back in the middle of the night my time because I was awake for like half an hour. She was like, "Oh, is that done?" And I said, "No. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to have enough of the gray yarn for this because I'm on my 6th ball of gray yarn. And we might have a 7th somewhere in the shop, but we might not. And it's back ordered, of course.
Of course.
So then I have the dilemma of, do I pick a different color or just move in more of the 2nd or 3rd color? Because then it's not exactly what she says to do, which I tend to do everything inside the box because my customers need to know what the box is. This is my it's Charlotte's universe, right?
Yes.
Because she's done other
Holy
universes.
crap.
Yeah, hang on. Ooh, ooh.
Don't lose the loop.
Okay, this is where I am right now. I made the loop really big. So, and if it pulls out, I mean, I'm on a row where I'm doing just double crochet until I lose
Oh
the
my
will
gosh,
to
this
crochet.
is heavy.
But it's airy and light at the same time. So this, okay. No. Yeah. Okay.
It's longer than I can reach in the table.
Well,
Like-
okay, and the weight of it pulling on it makes it look possibly a little bigger than it is. But here we are so far. Can you lower it a little bit because it's not on screen? The top of it. We have these cute little roses up here. Okay, when I lay down on this to take a photo before doing this top little bit of what it was to section 10. There's 14 sections. I'm on section 11 now. I've done very little of that. I could lie down on it and it went from my heels, and you can see that here. It went from my heels to my armpits, and with the weight pulling on it, it's actually longer than that. It goes up to my neck. But then he's like, that could be a car photo for today. Okay, I'll take it now. It's gonna be huge.
It will drape over a twin size bed.
It's getting close to 5 feet, I think, at this point. Especially when the weight's pulling on it, which it won't be all the time. But look at these cute little roses. Aren't they adorable?
They are
the
so
leaves
cool.
and the roses. And now I'm doing more boring stuff, but people are still watching me just do double crochets online, which is super cute. But I call these cathedral arches underneath. I think she calls them leaves or something else, but I feel like they're little cathedral arches under there. I'm having a lot of fun. But each row takes longer, and I feel like each section still has almost the same amount of rows. But this top part, what we just held up, this one side, you know, like that, is, now that I put the corners on, is 225 stitches across. And I have to do that 4 times to get through one round. So it's taking me longer. I'm trying to get to a better round for filming, and it's just like, well, this is just where I am on it. But it's beautiful and I love it. And if you wanted to make the same thing out of yarn from our shop, I don't know if we have enough in any colorway to make this, but the skeins of yarn. So this is my 6th ball of this gray. And there's 380 plus yards on each one of these. Either the Alba, which we're getting new colors in, by the way. Ooh, that'll be fun. This color's back ordered, and so is the blue. And then I'm also using Juniper Moon Patagonia. And this is the 2nd skein of my Patagonia that's looking sad because I'm almost out of it. Same yardage, about the same thickness and feel. They're different fibers. Like this one's what? Alpaca wool and viscous. And this one's just organic merino. But they play really well together. Absolutely could build a sweater out of, or anything you want to do out of colors of both of these. And I think you'd be fine. So I'm still not sure how much I'm going to use. I'm hoping I have enough gray. I have to see if there's another ball of gray, either at my house or here, that I can hold in reserve in case I need it. And then I'm out of it. So I'll have to play with, as I say to my family, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Hopefully I won't have to cross that bridge. Hopefully the path will go a different direction, but I'll build that bridge when I get to it. So what else did I work on this weekend? Speaking of Juniper Moon Patagonia, shout out to Claire. She spotted this shawl online, which the Euclid shawl by Isabel Kramer. And I started this, it reminded me that I'd started it probably a couple years ago.
I think you started it last fall.
Was it only last fall? It feels like it was 2 falls ago. And then it went into timeout. And when I pulled it back out, because she had found a picture of it, and the Isabel made it in this lovely cream, and it's gorgeous. I said, I need to get back to this. And I realized I haven't done very much of it. There's a ways to go, but it's a beautiful shawl that uses eyelets and simple cross cables to just give you this lattice work. And then towards the end, there's going to be these straight sections of ribbing, and it's just gorgeous. And so I'm back to working on this, and we'll see. It's such a lovely fall color. Wouldn't it be nice if I finished it this fall?
It would be.
And Juniper Moon Patagonia is organic merino, and it is squishy. It is definitely squishy. It's fun. And since it's only 1x1 cables, I'm not using my big cable needle with all the swoopies in it, because that's kind of annoying for only 1 stitch. So I'm using my Brittany cable needles on this one. And I think the ones from Cocoa Knits would be great. There's some that are smaller and shorter. I was just using a sewing needle at home, like a big blunt eye sewing needle at home, because I forgot my cable needles and I didn't want to use a big long one. What? Yeah, forget things at the shop. What? That's not me. I haven't really made any noticeable progress on my yellow sweater. I was hoping to finish it this weekend. I got so much progress done last week, and then life took over and there were lots of things to do, and I had to make, I didn't have to, but I gave Liz a short list of what to make for my tips and tricks video, and she picked the one that took the longest, but it was one I've been meaning to make for a while. I made a video on the Papillon blue square, and I finally remembered to publish it this morning. So go check it out if you need any help. At this point, that means I've made videos for all 4 squares: red square, orange square, green square, and blue square. So if you're just starting the Papillon, you've got a lot there to help you out. I also need to make a video on just a basic wrap and turn for it. That's in all these square videos. but the first time you do a wrap and turn on the papillon is before any squares.
Yeah.
So at some point I'm going to make a video for people just getting started on just a basic wrap and turn. Although my papillons are far past that, but I could try to make a sample for, excuse me, itchy eye, for people who are just starting out. So they don't have to watch the whole red square before they get to it and get overwhelmed. So
you worked on your papillon.
I did, but I didn't bring it in because I'm in the middle of a row because I only did one blue square. I had to do the other blue square to finish the row. It takes a little while. That was going to be my morning meditation for this morning, but then I got to the Latvian braid part of my axis hat that I'm making. But before that, I did work on a few things this weekend, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I want to show off. I made a little bit of progress, and my Perth skein is totally deflating here. By the way, this lovely Lake Dierdre, this light color of Perth that we just got in, that we got 20 skeins in of, we have 5 left. So if you like them, get them now because they're back ordered already. This colorways are, because it's a lovely color. I got a little bit more done on my Shimmering Pearl. Look, I finished the first set of lace work, and I think that even shows up on camera. Look at that. So, hang on.
Issues.
Always issues. I'm on my Likey needles, which I love, but the cables have a mind of their own. But that is the chevron lace part. It's garter, chevron lace. There's more garter, more chevron, it alternates. But this is what the chevron lace looks like. And the colors, I don't know if you can see, there's like light mint green and light rosy pink and some grays in this. It's really, really pretty. I'm really excited
it's
for
very
pearlescent.
Pearlescent, yes.
And so it's just fun. So I wanted to show that off because that may or may not make it into the morning meditations until I hit the next chevron lace session. Depends on when I'm desperate. And then our new yarn, which we will talk about in more detail tomorrow because we don't have much time left till we should open the shop. I am, of course, making a sample with. Lily Kate makes Axis. Yes, AXIS Axis. I'm making a hat with Sun Dragon colors. There are some lovely neutrals in the palette too. Check out my Instagram feed if you want to see some color combos we pulled together. We are shipping out a good chunk of what we got in. They're 50-gram skeins. And so if you want to say make a sweater out of this, you need a bunch. But for color work, oh my gosh, look at that. That shows up nice on the camera. I am making the August hat by Sarah Solomon. It was part of a whole series a couple of years ago with a hat, like a hat a month. And it has Latvian braids in it. And I got up to the second Latvian braid this morning. And all I have to do is the crown shaping, but like 250-gram skeins should get me through this whole hat, which is really wonderful. If I can, I'll finish it and wear it tomorrow when we're showcasing all the yarn just for fun. But some people were able to buy it this weekend when we had the 25% off sale and save a whole bunch. Don't worry, we'll, again, leaving you all in suspense. We will talk tomorrow about the details of this yarn. I don't know. I'm starting to lose my grip on what I want to say. No, it is, but it's really squishy and lovely. And we'll talk stats and everything tomorrow. So if you can't wait till tomorrow, go check out the listing of it today on our website. But we have more coming in. If you look at the website and go, oh no, she only has like 3 skeins of this color or 2 skeins of that color. And remember, they're 50-gram skeins. They're a little over 100 yards each. We've already ordered another bag of every color, which is 10 more skeins. And we'll keep doing it if people really like this yarn and want to buy it from us. Because like I said, we're one of the few people right now who has it in the US. Although since it was released last Friday, it was only released last Friday, other people may already be receiving their shipments. But I said, let me just test one bag. I'm going to repeat myself tomorrow, but let me just test like one bag of each color. There's only 12 colors. And if I like it, I'll get more. And of course, that meant I had to start knitting with it right away.
Right away.
And she talked me off the ledge of making a sweater, with it because I really want to, but I have 9 sweaters on needles. So I'm making a hat and it's testing well and I really like it. And I want to make a sweater with it. I got to finish a sweater first though. So hopefully I'll finish this tonight during knit night so that I can finish my yellow sweater so that I can make a sweater out of this. But we'll also talk about things that this would pair well with if you don't want to make a sweater entirely out of the 50 gram skeins. I'm going to save that till tomorrow. I've already said too much, but I'm going to try to wear this tomorrow. And I think my gauge is such that it is going to be a comfy, like, it's not going to be a tight hat. It's probably going to be a little loose, but that's okay.
It looks cute though.
So, anyway, so we had a sale this weekend and it ended yesterday and it was 25% off. And we have to pack up all these things now. But, did you check this morning what our subscribers were? Last time we checked, it was at 593. And so sometimes it dips and sometimes it doesn't. But, last time we checked, that meant 7 people, 7 more subscribers, and YouTube only will get a sale. And I'm still figuring out what level it will be.
Yeah.
What do we got?
594.
6 more people. Come on. 6 of you who are watching. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and we will give everybody a sale. Think you could be helping 599 other people get a sale. Actually, probably more people than are subscribed will take advantage of this sale because possibly, or at least know about it.
It's
right?
only here. Like,
we won't announce this on social media. We won't announce this in my newsletter. We might not even write it in the description. It might be we'll see, but it might be you have to watch the show to get the code. And only people who watch our YouTube stuff. Last time we gave people like a 2-week window in case they weren't caught up on the episodes, but keep track of the subscribers and check out the most recent episodes, like jump ahead if you need to, so you don't lose the sale. But we won't have it until we hit 600 reliably, which means like, I don't want to hit 600 and give you all a sale and then a couple people unsubscribe. Like, I would hope people wouldn't do that, but you never know.
Avi is sitting at home and for every subscriber we get, he unsubscribes.
We talk about Avi having shadow accounts where he like subscribes just to mess with us and unsubscribes because sometimes it'll dip like one person. It's like one person is like, oh, these guys are cool. And then the next day you're like, yeah, no, I don't like them anymore.
It's Avi sitting at home going, nope.
With his little pads. Okay. So I feel like I'm wearing a fez. I don't know.
I like how you have the needles like crisscrossed on the side of your head.
That was not intentional. That's just what they do. I went to go put my elbow on the chair and it's not there. I think we need to go and open the shop.
We do.
So tomorrow is product of the week. And I've already said we're talking about Axis. So Axis is going to be on sale for 15% off for a week starting tomorrow, not today. Only when it appears in the product of the week category will the code work, because then I've done all the magic behind the scenes.
We might have something else, but
yeah, it's not only going to be Axis. I think we like to pair things off and things like that. Today's your last chance to get Sugar Bush Bold on sale. And we have 1 maker's board left right now. Or you can pre-order in the craft gingerbread brown color. Or you can pre-order for when they come in at the sale price, but that's only for today. Starting tomorrow, if you want to pre-order, it will be full price again. And remember, with any Sugar Bush yarn, we're giving you a pattern book. It may not be the book that goes with the yarn if we've run out of it, but we'll give you a free pattern book. And so sale tomorrow.
Thursday is Dear Becky
and Lizzy on Thursday. If you do we have a question?
We do.
Okay. That's right. That's right. And I feel like okay, I got to put this out there. I feel like someone might have emailed or commented to us and I've lost track of it, of what does like bring, it was yarn forward, YWFD in a pattern. Somewhere in my brain, I feel like someone asked us that and I can't find it anymore to respond to it. So yarn forward is, and I'll come back to it on Thursday, maybe if I remember it, is the British way of saying yarn over, because you bring your yarn forward and then knit, and it kind of creates. If there's a way to remember, we'll talk about it on Thursday.
I will try. I cannot guarantee.
I know we both mentioned to each other in hopes that we might remember. So because I feel like someone emailed me that and I've lost it. Like if I don't answer right away, things get lost in my email.
The most reliable way is if you have a question that you want answered on Thursday on Dear Becky and Lizzy, email me, liz@sundragonartandfiber.com. If you email Rebecca or info@sundragonartandfiber.com with a Dear Becky and Lizzy type question, it will get lost in the void.
There's so much email I'm waiting through that
because and people will send a Facebook submission, or
they'll try to ask questions in weird ways, like commenting on a post that has nothing to do with their question. And I love y'all for it, but I can't always.
It gets lost.
Keep track of all of it. There's a lot going on.
We don't have anybody in charge of media other than Rebecca. So
I'm in charge of a couple other things too. So I try. I really do. And then I make Liz do everything else.
My job description has been written out this week, and it's everything else.
And then I try to help with the everything else that I mess it up. So, and she has to go.
But I can't tell her no, because she's the boss.
Well, you can. I'll just get grumpy. So it's
not a thing.
All right. Speaking of getting grumpy, no, I'm not really grumpy. I still have coffee left. We have to go open the shop. It's like the strike of 10 right now. So we have to open the shop, and we have someone coming in at 10:30.
Yes.
I've started to have to take on more appointments, only one a day, because that's all my brain can handle. I used to be able to multitask and handle everything, but now you've seen how much I'm handling other than lessons. Thank you for understanding. All right. Anything else? I think we're good for today.
I think we're good. Join us for knit night, 7 to 9.
Patreon, we've gotten some new subscribers. If you want to monetarily support us, say that your yarn stash is already like more than you'll ever want to have, and so you don't need to buy yarn, you can support us on Patreon and all the work that we do. And we keep getting new subscribers over there, which is cool. At patreon.com/sundragon. We have increments from $3 a month up to $50 a month. And all of them get mentioned in the credits. Some of them get swag if they stay with us for 3 months. So I think I'm done now.
Cool. Subscribe.
This is like my thinking
all the
hat.
fun.
I'm hoping to finish it tonight, but I do have to, or today at the shop.
If you're gonna just leave it there, you need to put a tassel.
I know,
then
right?
It would be a
I need to make a circle for the top, and then I can wear a fit. No, there's still really cool color work above that Latvian braid, like where the decreases happen. I'm really excited. Color work is my happy place, but so are cables, and so is lace work. And
we gotta go.
Okay, fine.
Bye. Bye.